Imagine this: 80,000 soldiers of the mighty Roman army, builders of an empire, are virtually annihilated in a single day, despite overwhelming numerical superiority. Today, we're going to unravel the mystery of the Battle of Cannae, one of the most shocking military disasters in ancient history. This wasn't just a Roman defeat, it was a tragic epic, born from the genius of one of history's greatest tacticians, Hannibal Barca, and the hubris of the Roman Republic. Are you ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about ancient warfare? In 216 BC, the Roman Republic faced its most formidable adversary, the legendary Carthaginian general, Hannibal Barca. He had crossed the Alps, wreaking havoc across the Italian peninsula, and inflicting successive, humiliating defeats on Rome. The Romans had already suffered immense losses at the battles of Tribia and Lake Trasimene. Roman citizens trembled in fear, and the Senate demanded decisive action to stop Hannibal. In response, Rome mustered an army of unprecedented scale, approximately 80,000 elite Roman and allied infantry, and cavalry marched towards the small town of Cannae in southern Italy. Command of the Roman forces was shared by two consuls, Lucius Aemilius Paulus and Gaius Terentius Varro. They intended to confront Hannibal's mobile tactics head-on and end everything in a decisive pitched battle. The Roman army was brimming with numerical superiority and confidence. But Hannibal was different. He commanded a much smaller force, roughly 50,000 soldiers, mostly infantry, with comparatively fewer cavalry. Nevertheless, Hannibal meticulously planned a perfect trap at Cannae, taking into account the terrain of the plain and even the direction of the wind. His genius plan was to turn Rome's overwhelming strength against itself. The battle began with the Roman army pushing forward into the center. Hannibal deliberately allowed his central forces to retreat, drawing the Romans deeper into his lines. The Romans, convinced victory was at hand, pressed their advantage even harder. At that precise moment, Hannibal's cavalry shattered the Roman flanks and completely sealed off their rear. Then, the Carthaginian forces that had retreated in the center, combined with those waiting on the flanks, formed a perfect, double envelopment formation. The Roman army was caught in a colossal trap of its own making. Numerical superiority quickly turned into a catastrophe. Packed tightly together, the Roman soldiers couldn't move, or even swing their weapons. They were slaughtered where they stood by Hannibal's forces. It was an unprecedented, shocking defeat in Roman history. Out of 80,000 Roman soldiers, only a few thousand survived. Of the two consuls, Paulus was killed, while Varro narrowly escaped. This battle delivered a profound psychological blow to Rome, far beyond just a military defeat. The terrifying cry of "Hannibal at the gates" echoed throughout the city. Yet, it was here that Rome's remarkable resilience shone through. Despite their despair, they did not crumble. Instead, they learned bitter lessons from Cannae, developed new tactics, and ultimately fought Hannibal with a long-term strategy, eventually achieving victory. The Battle of Cannae was a bitter pill for Rome, but it also became a crucial turning point that forged the great Roman Republic. The Battle of Cannae is still studied today as a textbook example of military strategy. Discussions continue not only about Hannibal's tactical genius, but also about why the Roman army suffered such a devastating defeat. Was it hubris, a lack of capable command, or simply Hannibal's unpredictable brilliance? What are your thoughts on this horrific yet astonishing battle? What was the most impressive aspect of Hannibal's tactics? If you were a Roman commander, what choices would you have made at Cannae? Share your thoughts freely in the comments below. History isn't just a record of victories. Sometimes, even in devastating defeats, we can discover shining truths and invaluable lessons. Next time, Can You Believe It? Will return with more astonishing historical truths and mysteries to satisfy your intellectual curiosity. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Thank you.